I'm here with half a bag of this Dakota's Pride 16 bean soup mix, which I have already soaked overnight, and today I'm making 16 bean chili. Counter cooking. No kitchen, no problem. The other day I realized that I have not made chili in a very long time, and I love homemade chili. My favorite type of homemade chili is a vegetable chili that's made with beans and vegetables, no meat of any kind. So that's what I would like to do with the rest of this 16 bean soup mix. I posted a previous video of how to make soup with this 16 bean soup mix, and I'll include a link to that in the description below this video and also in the pinned comment. But for the other half of this bag of beans, I would like to make chili with it. So these have been soaking overnight. I've rinsed most of the water off, but I'm going to rinse these again. Here are the beans in my whatever pot, and now I'm just going to add water to this. I'm adding about twice as much water as there are beans, and I'm going to turn this on high. I'm also going to add just a little bit of olive oil. Maybe that's like a teaspoon of olive oil. I've heard that if you add some fat to beans when they're cooking, it keeps them from boiling over. Now, I've tried that with bacon in the past, and it seems to work. So now I'm going to try it with some olive oil. Let's see how that works. The beans have been cooking for about an hour and they were partially covered. So I'm going to uncover them now, let them continue to cook a little while longer, uncovered, so more of the liquid will evaporate. The beans have been simmering for like another half hour, so let's start turning this into a chili. The next thing I'm going to add is some chopped up onion. This is just like a yellow onion, like a small or medium yellow onion. Let's just stir this in. I'm actually going to increase the heat on this. So this has been simmering on low on this whatever pot. I'm just going to turn it up to medium. Now I'm adding half of a green bell pepper that I have chopped up. Let's just stir this in. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of minced garlic. This is the kind you can buy in a jar. Let's stir that in. The nice thing about making homemade chili is you can use whatever you want to use in it. Like, you could use up some leftovers that you have in your fridge, and you can adjust the taste and the ingredients to whatever makes you happy. Now I'm adding about a cup of chopped carrots. And now I'm adding about a cup of chopped celery. This is 2 large celery stalks. So I've just been chopping up the vegetables as I go along. So I chopped up the onions, put them in, and then as they were cooking a little bit, I chopped up the green peppers, put them in. As those were cooking a little bit, I chopped up the carrots and then the celery. So I think this is looking really good. There's more than 3 cups of veggies in here right now. And I like a tomato-based chili. So I'm going to be adding this 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes with basil. I could use any kind of crushed tomatoes, but this is just what I have on hand. Okay, let's see if we could add this whole can. It might be too much for the pot. Yeah, that's about 2/3 of the can right now. And we're nearing the capacity of this pot right now, so I'm just going to leave it at this right now. If it cooks down, then I can add the rest of the crushed tomatoes. But this looks good. I put the heat back up to high so we could bring this back up. And now let's add some additional seasoning to it. So I already have onion and garlic. I'm going to add a bunch of cumin. I'm not measuring this because my measuring spoons don't fit into this little spice jar. But I'm gonna say like a teaspoon of cumin. I think that looks good. And I'm gonna add some oregano. I'm at the end of my oregano jar, so I don't know, that was like half a teaspoon just because that's all I had left. Let's stir this around a little bit. It is sticking to the bottom a little bit, so I'm gonna lower the heat. I'm also gonna add some paprika. Maybe like a teaspoon of paprika. Again, I'm not measuring, I'm just adding. And I'm also gonna add some smoked paprika, which will give it a nice smoky flavor, almost like a bacon flavor. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of ground cloves. That'll give it more complexity. And also a little bit of allspice. We're gonna see where we are as far as flavors. It smells amazing right now. All the beans have continued to cook down. And what I really like about like a 16 bean mix, for example, is that you have different size beans. So the smaller beans are gonna cook down and become like a creamy broth. And the larger beans are just gonna continue to get soft. And I really like my beans well cooked, so they're nice and soft. So let's give this a taste. Wow, that really has a smoky flavor from the smoked paprika. I'm gonna add some salt, a little bit of sea salt, and some black pepper. And some cayenne pepper to give it a little kick. Not too much. And I'm gonna brighten it up with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Maybe that was like a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And to round out that apple cider vinegar and also the acidity of the tomatoes, I'm adding just a little bit of honey. Maybe like a teaspoon or a tablespoon, doesn't matter. And then I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of cinnamon, tiny bit. And what that does is it just adds complexity to the flavor of this chili. Now in the past, I've also added like a little bit of cocoa or instant coffee, and that can really add interesting notes to the flavor. It smells so good right now. Let's grab another tasting spoon. That is really good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that needs. I don't think so. I'm just gonna add a little bit more cinnamon. Just a tiny bit more. And a little bit more honey. When I taste this, I don't taste like the cinnamon. And of course, when you add the cloves and the allspice, those are typical flavors that you'll find in ketchup, like tomato ketchup. It's known for its like allspice flavor. So when I taste this, it's not like I'm tasting allspice and cloves and, you know, like holiday spices. It just kind of all works together. Let's try it again. Yeah, that is like perfect. This still needs to cook because I would like the vegetables to be a little bit softer, so I'm gonna increase the heat on this and bring it back up to a simmer. As far as spice levels go, I would say this is mild, and I like to make it mild because that way, if I'm eating it or if someone else is eating it, they could always add like hot sauce to it or additional spice if they want to. But if I'm not in the mood for eating something spicy, then I can eat this as it is. Now, this is wonderful to eat plain like this, maybe with some bread or some toast. It's also excellent served with rice. It's also excellent served with noodles. It's really versatile, and that's what I love about making like a big pot of chili. And of course, because this is vegetable chili and we have 16 different types of beans in here, it is super, super healthy also. So I am really looking forward to enjoying this chili over the next several days. And yes, this is the kind of dish that does taste better like the next day and the day after that, after all the flavors continue to combine in the refrigerator overnight. If you don't have a lot of individual spices, you could buy something like this chili powder. If we look at the ingredients, we could see that they are organic chili pepper, which is basically like the paprika I used, organic cumin, which I put in here, organic oregano, which I used, organic coriander. That's the one that I didn't use that because I don't have that. Organic garlic, I have garlic in here. Organic rice concentrate, that's not necessary. Organic allspice and organic clove, which again I had in here. So instead of buying all those individual spices, you could just buy chili powder like this and use this and get a very, very similar flavor. Here is my 16 bean and vegetable chili. It continued to simmer for another half hour or so. The vegetables should be nice and soft now, and look how thick this is. It's like a really hearty chili. And this is all beans and vegetables. And let's give it a proper taste now. It's still really, really hot. I could probably let this simmer a little bit longer because the vegetables still have a little bit of bite to them, but that's okay. They're soft. They're just a little bit firmer than I normally like them. The beans are nice and soft. One thing I would add to this is just a little bit more salt. Let's taste it again. Really good. And so that's how easy it is to make some 16 bean and vegetable chili from a package of 16 bean soup mix from Aldi. I have a nice big pot of chili, and if I add up the cost of all the ingredients, I would say it would be definitely less than $5. The package of beans was around $2.35, but I only used half of it. So I used, let's say, $1.20 worth of beans. And the large can of tomatoes, I got that at the Dollar Tree, let's say $1.25. So that brings us up to like $2.45. And then I added like an onion, a few carrots, some celery, half of a bell pepper. So if we want to be generous, we could say that's like another $2. So definitely for less than $5. Aside from the large bowl of chili that I just ate for lunch, this made 3.5 more pints of chili. So this definitely makes 4 very nice size servings. And for that leftover half pint of chili, I'll probably use that as like a spaghetti sauce, maybe eat that on some pasta or eat that with some rice added to it. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see what else we can make in this small appliance. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.